Young one, your curiosity stirs the ancient current. Do you seek to know more, my child?
Why? Why do I feel this longing? This need to understand more about who we are?
Because you are the seeker. You are the chosen one. Every age, there is always someone who comes to ask the same question you are asking. Who dares to also step beyond the known. Your path will lead you to the answer you seek, but also to the challenge you cannot yet fathom.
The story I'm about to share with you today is titled, Not Everyone You See in the Streets is a Human. The mystical village of OMashenzi was unlike any other, a faraway land whose inhabitants had no physical bodies. Only their heads existed, floating gracefully, adorned with elaborate tribal patterns painted in ochres, blues, and whites. The sun hung low in the sky, its amber glow suffusing the village with a warm twilight atmosphere. It was the festival of Umoja, a sacred event celebrated once every decade to honor the unity of the spirits. It was a special evening for the people of OMashenzi. This is Lua and her friends going for the sacred festival. Everyone in the community was going to the festival. Different dance group in the community presented their dance, with each head floating at a respectful distance from the other, their movements synchronized to an invisible rhythm. In the village square, a great baobab tree stood. Its wide trunk had many heads. Beneath the baobab's sprawling branches, the heads gathered in almost what looked like a triangular formation. In the center of the circle hovered the eldest of the village, her face lined with the wisdom of countless generations. She commanded reverence.
Tonight,
She began to speak, her voice resonating as though carried by the wind.
we call upon the spirits of our ancestors, the keepers of our knowledge and the guardians of our future. We are one with the earth, the sky and the realms beyond.
At her signal, younger heads floated forward, each bearing an offering suspended in midair, woven calabashes of fermented nectar and bundles of sacred herbs. The offerings were placed at the foot of the baobab trees. During the ritual, the village's eldest, Elder Zao, saw a vision, glimpses of paths yet to be taken, choices yet to be made, and blessings yet to be bestowed upon the community. She told the community the vision she saw. After the festival event, Lua asked, "Why do we float, Elder Zao?" Her painted designs shimmered with curiosity. "Why do we not have bodies like the beings in your vision?" Elder Zao looked at Lua with a gentle smile. "Ah, Lua, that is the question of every generation. Our form is a gift and a responsibility. We float because we are unbound, free to connect with the spirits, the land, and each other in ways others can't. Yet it is also a reminder that our strength lies not in the physical, but in our unity and wisdom." The younger heads dispersed as they floated away among the greenery. Lua lingered, staring up at the baobab tree as if seeking answers hidden within its branches. That night, as the village slept beneath a blanket of stars, Lua ventured to the tree alone. She felt a pull, a quiet call that resonated in her very essence. The glyphs on the tree glowed faintly, and the air around her shimmered as it had during the festival. Suddenly, a voice, soft yet powerful, filled the air. "Young one," it said, "your curiosity stirs the ancient currents. Do you seek to know more?" Lua's painted face brightened in awe. "Yes, great tree. Why do I feel this longing? This need to understand more about who we are." The baobab seemed to hum, its branches swaying gently despite the stillness of the night. "Because you are chosen to be the seeker. Every age has one who dares to question, who dares to step beyond the known. Your path will lead you to the answers you seek, but also to challenges you cannot yet fathom." As the vision faded, Lua returned to her hut that night to rest, her thoughts swirling with anticipation. She knew the journey ahead would be perilous, but she also understood that the future of OMashenzi depended on her courage. The whispers of the baobab tree echoed in her mind all night. The next day, elders gathered under the twilight sky, their floating heads glowing softly, including Lua and Elder Zao. "Lua," Elder Zao said with a smile, Your spirit is both strong and compassionate. You will be our envoy. Go to the world of the humans and learn their ways. Show them the wisdom of OMashenzi." Though hesitant, Lua accepted the mission. The elders performed a sacred ritual under the baobab, channeling their collective energy into a portal shimmering with the colors of the twilight. Lua floated into it, the talisman from her previous journey glowing brightly around her. With a flash of light, she disappeared, the whispers of her village echoing in her ears. When the light faded, Lua found herself in an unfamiliar yet vibrant city. The air was thick with a blend of earthy smells, diesel fumes, and the aroma of street food. She floated discreetly into a bustling market, blending into the noise and chaos. It was a city in the western part of Nigeria, a city teeming with life and history, where ancient traditions met modern aspirations. To blend them carefully, noting their laughter, arguments, prayers, and their struggles. For Lua to blend into the new world, she carefully noted the human ways of doing things, including their laughter, their arguments, their prayers, and their struggles. Her attention was drawn to a large compound with a sign that read, "St. Catherine's Catholic Girls' School." The sight of young girls in uniforms, their chatter, filled Lua with curiosity and ambition. This sparked something within her. She felt drawn to this place, sensing it was where her mission should begin. Through a mix of mystical influence and an inexplicable turn of events, Lua soon found herself enrolled at St. Catherine's. Her arrival was mysterious. Records appeared out of nowhere, and the principal, Sister Agnes, simply accepted Lua, now known as Tina, as if she had always been meant to join the school. Tina's floating essence adapted to her new environment, and the talisman helped maintain the appearance of a slim, graceful girl with warm brown skin, braided hair, and an aura of quiet confidence. Tina quickly became an enigma to her peers. She excelled in her studies, particularly in history and science, despite having no prior knowledge of the subjects. Her insights during religious studies fascinated even the nuns, as she asked profound questions about faith and spirituality, often weaving in cryptic references to the balance of nature and spirit. Despite her brilliance, Tina was humble and approachable. In addition, she has a unique, standout feature: her perfect, glossy black hair that is always styled impeccably. Her hair becomes a source of fascination because no one ever sees her styling it, nor does she visit the school hairstylist, Mrs. Yo-Yo. This is Mrs. Yo-Yo, the school hairstylist. The other girls queue weekly for Mrs. Yo-Yo's hairstyling sessions, but Tina skips this ritual, yet her hair is always flawless. Tina follows the announced hairstyles of the week, but keeps her method a secret. Late at night, when other girls are sleeping, she will carefully watch to confirm that all the girls are sleeping. Then Tina will sneak out of bed and go to the school bathroom. There she removes her head from her body, places it on her lap, and braids her hair with incredible precision. This eerie, otherworldly act includes Tina humming an ancient lullaby, though her mouth doesn't move. The other students speculate about her perfect hairstyles, but no one knows her secret. Tina's mysterious beauty and grace make her the center of admiration among students and teachers. Angela, one of Tina's closest bunkmates and friends over time, grew resentful as Tina's charm and popularity overshadowed her own. Despite her beauty and intelligence, Angela feels invisible in Tina's presence. Angela's envy grows as she watches her friend effortlessly excel and captivate everyone around her. So, she vowed to find out Tina's secret. Angela was determined to stay awake, no matter how long it took. She watched every night, but always fell asleep at some point. It was a Friday night, so the next day was not school. Angela said to herself, "It must be this night or never." Angela was almost dossing off when she heard a soft rustling from Tina's bed. Her heart leapt into her throat as she watched Tina slowly sit up, glancing around the room to make sure everyone was asleep. Closed her eyes just enough to appear asleep, but kept them open enough to watch Tina's movements. Angela followed Tina, her chest pounded as she approached the bathroom door. She hesitated for a moment, unsure of what she might find. But when she finally gathered the courage to open the bathroom door, she saw Tina's headless body in the middle of the bathroom, her hair braided with an inhuman precision. The moment the door opens, her eyes collide with those of Tina. Her mind was a whirlwind of thoughts, fear, confusion, and a creeping sense of awe. Angela's heart raced as Tina's head, still resting on her lap, turned slightly to face her. Angela felt her legs buckle beneath her as the weight of Tina's words sank in. She wanted to scream, to run, to flee from this horrifying scene, but her body wouldn't cooperate. She was paralyzed, trapped in the presence of something far beyond her understanding. Tina worked up to Angela's with an oddly compassionate expression. "You weren't supposed to see this," Tina whispered. "But now you have." She just smiled and worked away. Tina suddenly stopped and told Angela to go to bed. "You have seen enough for a night." Angela managed to get up and run to her bed without looking back. When Angela arrived at her bed, she was shivering and could not believe what she had just seen. In Angela's bed, she wondered how long Tina had been doing this, how long she had kept this dark secret hidden from everyone at St. Catherine's. Tina's legend grew within the walls of St. Catherine's, whispered in hushed tones in the dormitories late at night. Some said she was blessed by the gods. Others believed she had learned her skills from an ancient witch. But no one knew the truth, except Angela, who carried the secret with her for the rest of her life. Tina soon befriended a small group of curious and kind-hearted girls. Amaka, the class clown, Tola, the bookworm, and Aisha, the artist. Together they explored not only the school grounds but also the mysteries of the world beyond their textbooks. Tina's stories, though veiled in metaphor, hinted at the mystical world she had come from, inspiring her friends to think deeply about their own lives and purpose. This is the end of this story. In my next episode, I will tell you how Tina carried on accomplishing the mission that brought her to Earth. But if this story moved you, there's so much more coming your way. On Guardian of Folktales and Stories, we bring powerful, faith-filled stories to life. These are stories that heal, teach, and inspire. Don't miss the next one. Subscribe now and be part of a community where every tale has a purpose. I am Dr. Franklin. Also, I will love to share the lessons I learned from this story with you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. I learned that true identity is found in purpose, not in appearance. Psalm 139 verse 14 says, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." Tina struggled with understanding why her people were different. Yet she later realized that identity is rooted in purpose, not in physical form. We are all created uniquely for a reason. Also, I learned that seeking knowledge and truth is a path to growth. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 7 says, "Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding." Lua's curiosity led her on a journey of discovery, showing that seeking knowledge and wisdom is essential for personal and communal growth. I learned that divine callings come with challenges. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 8 says, "Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? And I said, Here am I, send me." Lua was chosen to be a seeker, which meant she had to leave her comfort zone. In the same way, when God calls us, it may come with difficulties, but he equips us to overcome. Also, I learned that envy leads to destruction. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 30 says, "A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones." Angela's jealousy of Tina blinded her from appreciating her talents. Envy leads to destruction and strife rather than self-improvement. I learned that some secrets are dangerous to know. Deuteronomy chapter 29 verse 29 says, "The secret things belong to the Lord our God, but the things revealed belong to us and to our children forever." Angela discovered Tina's secret and could not unsee what she had witnessed. Curiosity without caution can lead to unwanted consequences. Also, I learned that friendship should be rooted in love, not competition. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verses 4 to 5. "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud." Angela's friendship with Tina turned into silent resentment. True friendship should be based on love, trust, and genuine support. I learned that every person has a divine mission. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." Lua was sent on a mission to the human world, proving that God gives everyone a purpose. We have to embrace it and fulfill it with faith. In conclusion, this story teaches us that life is full of mysteries, and only through wisdom, discernment, and faith in God can we navigate it successfully. Our identity, purpose, and destiny are all intertwined with God's plan for us. Finally, embracing uniqueness, appreciating your strengths, fruitful hard work, ability to nurture relationships. Instead of resentment, pursuit of knowledge, overcoming the common human struggles like envy, jealousy, and so on. Courage to embrace the unknown and so much more can be completely achieved by God's grace. So if you have not accepted Jesus, say this prayer: Lord Jesus, I surrender my life to you today. Forgive me my sins, wash me with your blood. I believe you died for me. On the third day you rose again that I may be justified. Thank you, Lord, for accepting me. You are now a born-again Christian. Look for any church around you your spirit agrees with and grow your faith in Jesus there. Or you can join me to follow Pastor Jerry Ease, the convener of NSPPD and the lead pastor of Streams of Joy. We bring you this story review to renew your mindset. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Well, that's all for me today. Until next time, arrivederci.